In a peaceful neighborhood lived a hard-working single mother named Miriam and her daughter Lina. Lina was known by everyone around her. She was humble, respectful, and incredibly intelligent. At school, she always worked hard and earned excellent grades.
Lina, I'm proud of how hard you work in school.
I just try my best, Mom.
Her teachers admired her dedication, and her classmates often asked her for help with their homework. But what truly made Lina special was her kindness. She never made anyone feel small because they struggled. Instead, she encouraged others and helped them learn. People in the neighborhood often spoke proudly about Lina. Across the street lived another mother named Clara and her daughter Eva. Eva struggled a lot in school. No matter how hard she tried, learning seemed difficult for her.
Eva, what happened to your grades again?
I tried, Mom. I really did.
Then why is Lina always the best in class while you keep failing?
Clara loved her daughter deeply, but instead of encouraging her, she began comparing her to Lina. Every time someone praised Lina, Clara felt a painful sting in her heart. Why is everyone always talking about that girl? She would say to herself. Little by little, jealousy began to grow inside her. Instead of focusing on helping her own daughter improve, Clara allowed bitterness to take over her thoughts. One evening, Clara came up with a terrible idea. The next day, she walked across the street and knocked on Miriam's door.
Miriam, I was wondering if Lina could come over for dinner tonight. That's very kind of you. I'm sure she'd love to. Great, I'll be expecting her this evening.
She said, Lina is such a wonderful girl. I would love to invite her to dinner tonight. Miriam thought it was a kind gesture and happily agreed. That evening, Lina walked over to Clara's house for dinner. The table was beautifully prepared with candles and warm food. Clara welcomed Lina politely, hiding the dark secret in her heart. Earlier that day, Clara had made a terrible decision. She had secretly placed poison in one of the meals meant for Lina. As the three of them sat at the table, Clara placed the plates down carefully. "Enjoy the food," she said softly. Then suddenly she stood up. "Oh, I forgot the juice in the kitchen," Clara said. "I'll be right back." As Clara walked into the kitchen, Lina and Eva began chatting. Eva looked at Lina's plate and noticed it looked slightly different from hers. Thinking nothing of it, she laughed. "Maybe my mom gave you the better meal," Eva joked. Without thinking twice, Eva reached over and switched the plates. Lina smiled politely, unaware of anything unusual. A moment later, Clara returned from the kitchen holding a pitcher of juice. But when she looked at the table, her heart stopped. The plates had been switched. Her hands began to tremble. Before she could say anything, Eva had already taken a bite of the food. Within moments, Eva began to feel dizzy and weak. Panic filled the room. Clara screamed for help as she realized the terrible truth. The poison she had prepared for someone else had been taken by her own daughter. Eva was rushed to the hospital, but it was too late. The entire neighborhood was devastated by the tragedy. Clara was left alone with unbearable grief. Every day, she replayed that moment in her mind. The jealousy that had once seemed small had grown into something deadly. She had wished harm upon another child, and in the end, it destroyed her own world. Years later, people in the neighborhood still spoke about the tragedy. Parents told the story as a warning, because jealousy is like a hidden poison in the heart, and sometimes the harm we wish for others comes back to us. Life lesson: Jealousy can destroy everything we love if we allow it to take control of our heart.